What God cannot do does not exist. Do you believe that? I do. But first of all, let me take you back to what happened in 2019. And Pastor Jerry Eze is full in the picture. Let me say something that might first of all sound uncomfortable. Pastor Jerry Eze didn't just, become popular. Or didn't, blow out of noise. He didn't blow out of hype. And also, no, he didn't blow out of that Nigeria became suddenly spiritual. No. What made Pastor Jerry Eze more dangerous? That in 2019, he saw something many people ignored. And those people that ignored this very thing are also in the people you would say God also called. But many ignored it, let alone the carnal ones. But then, that's usually how God separates people, not by talent, not by effort, but by discernment. Discernment. Let's be honest with ourselves as Nigerians. Many of us pray. Many of us, fast, long fasting. Many of us ask, God when? God when? That is one of the most popular words I believe we decide to find God dictionary or what is actually in the database of God. God when, just food there. But very few people are very quiet enough to hear when God is actually shifting things or answering their prayers, because blessings don't always come like miracles. Sometimes they come as instructions. And if you miss the instruction, you will keep praying for what already passed you. And you will keep finding somebody to blame, getting frustrated unnecessarily. So in 2019, something really happened globally that changed the global narrative. COVID happened. Panic, everywhere started going blazes. The world was forced indoors. Church building closed. Concerts stopped. People were alone with their thoughts. And suddenly connection became therapy. And the worst part is that when the government shut the doors, you don't have any other option but to adapt. So streaming exploded. Online community exploded. But here's the one question that nobody asks. Who prepared for the lockdown before the lockdown arrived? And that's how Pastor Jerry came into the picture, because he did. Before 2019, platforms already existed. Streaming platforms already, but none of them came into Africa. Let me tell you that. It only came into Africa when COVID-19 came in and it hit a lot of people globally. People were forced to go inside to start streaming, not stereotype anymore. They to start searching for entertainments that heal them, because at that time everybody needed therapy, right? So that was when we discovered Afrobeat and it became a global demand. And that was when most of all the streaming platforms started coming into Africa. Go and do your research. Spotify, all of them started coming into Africa. I've been there before in US. Pastor Jerry didn't start NSPPD because COVID came. He started before COVID. That is not coincidence. That's clarity. Clarity. And this is where his slogan finally makes sense. What God cannot do does not exist. He's not shouting faith. He's reporting a personal experience. That statement is really about what God did with him. So that slogan is realizing that you can ask God for a single idea genuinely, not from a place of greed, but from a place of impact. And God can create a shift around that very idea for people he knows that can steward it. And how you go to know that this is God's doing is that he will never bless you in a thing that you never liked. He will never bless you outside your purpose. He will never bless you outside your passion. It will always happen inside your passion. Imagine starting something in 2019 without seeing the full picture, where then in 2020, the world bends to that direction. History is already written. Only someone who has actually experienced that kind of blessing can boldly say, what God cannot do does not exist. That's a very huge blessing. And it's not just about him alone. It's about him being discerning enough to understand that this is also God's blessing, even when it looks like suffering at the time. Because when he started that very thing, he didn't blow all of a sudden, but he was consistent. When you are in your passion, when you're in your purpose, the next thing that follows is consistency. If you're not consistent in all you are doing, on anything you are doing, you are outside or very far from your purpose. Now you might want to ask, what is Jerry Eze's purpose? Jerry Eze's purpose is not fame, it's not numbers, it's not even streaming. His purpose is connection, bringing people closer to God in a language and format they could access daily. What he did in 2019 was something that nobody would want to try, because at that time there wasn't any form of news, there wasn't any form of the COVID-19 is going to lead to serious lockdown and a whole lot, because somehow we knew that if everything is actually locked out, who is going to bring spirituality? Because understand that no matter what we try to claim in this world, man can't do without spirituality, man can't do without God. And thought about who is going to save the Christendom, who is going to make it still portable, who is going to get closer to the people. Now today everybody wants to stream, everybody wants attention, everybody wants the numbers, but this is a man that started it before the wave. Think about it. So if he's actually grossing as the highest YouTube streamer in Africa, it's not just that he started it and he's using a set of people. No, he started it when it was actually nothing. Most people started after the wave. Very few people started before the shift. God doesn't reward noise, He rewards alignment. So this is not just about Pastor Jerry Eze alone, it's about you too. If you are confused, you'll be late. If you find purpose, clarity will follow next. It will definitely meet you on the road. And if you stay consistent, the world will catch up. Every generational breakthrough, every story of generational breakthrough I've actually heard starts with a shift. The question is, will you see it when it comes? Will you be in a noisy environment? Will clarity be there?